Yeah.
Okay, good.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. And then me. Hi.
What about your father? There we go.
Okay. So they ask, is the dress code sexist? If so, how do we go about changing it for the better? This is what I will be exploring in my speech. The topic is basically explaining how the dress code is sexist. A reasonable listener doesn't just affect you, but affects your future generations. Credit, my siblings have a dress code. Whether or not it was because of their dress code or just because in general, well, we'll see. So some transition and definitions that we will go over is the definition of what it is. So we'll be going over a brief review of what the definition of the dress code is, explain the differences between male and female policy, explain the effect it has on other people, and explain its differences in other countries and what would happen if we changed it. School dress code. What is the definition of the school dress code? According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, the dress code is a formally or socially imposed standards of dress. An example: the school imposed a new dress code that forbids students from wearing jeans. This is important to know because how are you going to know if the school dress code should be abolished if you don't even know what it is? What is the school dress code in New Jersey? Now, the school dress code in New Jersey varies from place to place, as it is never just one variation. But according to New Jersey, you're not supposed to wear hats. You're not supposed to wear nothing that encourages unhealthy habits such as smoking, drinking, or racist or sexist comments. And shorts that are no longer than your fingertips. Transition. Problem cause. What is the problem cause is school, or the gender biases, differences between males and females. According to Atlantic City Education, the restrictions and severity of the dress code vary widely across states. 22 which have formed a law granting local districts the power to establish these rules, according to the Education Commission of the states. In the U.S., over half of public schools have a dress code which frequently outline gender-specific policies. Some administrations see these restrictions as necessary because of different ways in which boys and girls dress. In many cases, however, female-specific policies account for a discordant number of attire rules, including in the school handbook. This is important to know because it has been seen through male versus female policy that girls are more accustomed to getting called for dress code violations more than male dress codes, such as not being able to wear tank tops when males can perfectly wear tank tops. How to just transition. School cost us solution, school biases, abolishing the dress code, effects on others. My solution for this is either abolishing it completely or making it so that it doesn't just focus solely on one gender. If we can make it equal where both parties don't have to wear specific things or aren't claimed to be too distracting, especially to teachers, which is disgusting, then we can come together as one, or we should just abolish it. The basics is just that you shouldn't walk to school naked, obviously, and don't wear anything that proclaims hate. Has the school dress code encouraged sexism and racism? This is something I was explaining earlier, but many of these protesters criticize the dress code as sexist and that it fairly targets girls by body shaming and blaming them for promoting sexual harassment and banning African American hairstyles. Not only is that racist, obviously, as African American people should be able to wear things that are acclaimed to what they are, but also it unfairly looks towards girls.
Well, how does that?
Oh, hang on. Questions at the end, please.
Okay. Okay,
How does dress code affect the LGBT community and others? According to the Brookdale database, from banning of the traditional African American hairstyles, as well as extensions, bullet-colored, and unique hairstyles, this is also referencing to why it is racist, to policing female bodies, the reality is that the dress code violations disproportionately disadvantage minority students, including students of color, LGBT students, and females. This is important to know because it not just affects people who are just female, but also it affects people who are students of color, LGBTQ, etc. What is the dress code in other places? Is it still racist or sexist? In other places, such as Philadelphia, people are allowed to wear hairstyles of any kind, dress however they want to, as long as it does not perpetuate hate. You are allowed to be whatever you want to be, and it does not matter. And you don't even have, and it doesn't particularly focus on people who are female. It does it equally. So in other places, it is less. I'm trying to find my conclusion. Now, what have you learned from the dress code? Do you believe in the dress code bias? Have your views changed? Take a moment to unlearn your bias of the school dress code. Any questions?
Have you ever been dress coded?
No.
Okay. Do you know anyone that's been dress coded?
Yes, I said that earlier. My siblings have been dress coded. I believe Claire was dress coded.
She was?
Yeah, she was dress coded for having shorts for like this high, I believe.
She has long legs.
She has long legs. Any other questions? No? Okay.
Is there a dress code in your school?
I believe yes, but not to that certain extent.
Not like what they have in high school?
Yeah, it's very widely differing.
Okay.
What is your dress? How do you dress? What is your dress code?
This is basically how I
You-
dress.
So, alright.
That's it.